But topping the show today is copper wire theft. You know, it's become an epidemic across the nation. Recently, sheriff's deputies in Houston County, Georgia, arrested a 19-year-old man following 3 months of investigation into thefts of copper wire and damage to farmers' pivot irrigation systems. The Monitor's Rick Treptow reports law enforcement, farm groups, and recyclers say it is a problem as serious as a drought or any other crop disaster. Here's his report.
They actually walked this field, cut the wire off, and these are 2 big pivots, cut the wire off this pivot and drug it to the highway and loaded it up. They didn't drive anything across this field whatsoever.
This is a 175-acre field. It is just part of the 2,300 acres of cotton and peanuts being grown by ABS farms in mainly Houston County. Early cotton was being planted when we were there.
I'm just tired of it. I am tired of these guys getting this copper off these pivots.
Farm General Manager Scott Moore said a little over half his pivots were damaged, about 13,000 feet of wire stolen. The cost to repair the damage was in excess of $100,000. All the growers were alerted.
We've been hard on it for about 6 or 7 weeks now. I mean, hard on it. When these guys come out at 12 o'clock at night or 1 o'clock in the morning and get it from, say, 12 or 1 o'clock till 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning, I mean, it is hard to catch somebody, but sooner or later somebody's going to get hurt. I promise you. Somebody's going to get hurt sooner or later.
When this new expensive seed goes in the ground, the irrigation needs to run. If not,
depends on how busy the irrigation guys are. 2 to 3 days to get somebody to put the wire back on there, and during this time of the year, that's devastating to a crop. I mean, you need to try to get it up as soon as you can, you know, as soon as you get through planting it.
The investigator on the case, Sergeant ELVINS, said the suspect was charged with 7 counts each of theft by taking, criminal damage to property, and 2nd and 3rd degree arson.
We did locate 3 or 4 different burn areas on his property where he had burned the copper, the wire, and it had the evidence of it, the aluminum shield that's inside of the wire.
Apprehending these copper thieves is not impossible. A whole community, though, does have to work together.
The location of the pivots, the irrigation devices, are normally off the road and not easy for our road deputies to see at night. And most of these thefts are occurring in the late evening hours, early morning hours, and so we definitely need help from the public.
The other community ingredient necessary to solve these crimes is the recyclers. Macon Iron, next door to Houston County, is one business serving the mid-state farmers. The large recycling company has several facets. Co-owner Chip KOPLIN took us to their wire recycling area. Any kind of wire passes through here from any use and size.
Right now, the market price on high grades of copper is around $2.70 a pound. So it doesn't take a whole lot of the wire because it is fairly dense and heavy to where they can come up with $70 or $80 at a time.
And how valuable can the theft of copper wire be? Well, this box is 2 by 2 cubic yards. It weighs about 3,000 pounds. The value, a staggering $9,000 to $10,000.
The law enforcement officer said the thefts are not just about getting money to buy drugs.
We are seeing more. Unfortunately, with the economy and the increase in commodity prices and copper prices, that is kind of giving an incentive for more illicit activity like that. Certainly, if we have an alert coming from law enforcement or the Farm Bureau that there's been some copper wire theft, we specifically look for that.
Ultimately, it may just take some creative thinking from the ag community, law enforcement, and the recyclers to make more cases.
If there's any way that the irrigation systems could be shielded, where they're better protected, to where the pivot points are not as easily accessible, we certainly understand that fences and things like that are expensive and they also get in the way of the equipment, but anything that you can do, that the farmer could do to reduce that temptation to the thief, whether it be better securing the material, possibly working with the irrigation manufacturers to design it where it's a little bit tougher to get to it.
And that may be the final solution. I'm Rick Treptow for the Georgia Farm Monitor.